just realised I haven't even got the mic down. Okay, actually no, it's... Oh, my head's getting in the way. Okay. I've got toast all down my front. It is just a stellar start to the morning. Right, okie dokie. Welcome to day... What is the day? Day 37 is right there on the screen. Day 37 of the Ultimate Fight series. We're just gonna crack straight into it as I do the preamble. Not that one. Yeah, so day 37. Another lovely day. I will do a roll call shortly. I'll do a roll call right now. We have 3 pieces of toast. That is my breakfast. We've got a lovely cup of tea. We've got a cup of water. And then we've got another cup of water. Lovely. And then, yeah. And that is the roll call today. Hope you're doing a fabulous time. Well, not doing a fabulous time. Having a fabulous time. Cannot wait on a lovely Sunday morning over here. We are living life. We are living life and life is good. Oh, this is tough. Anyway. So today, I'm going to see if I can try, because we're at 8770. I might be able to get us down to 8700. We'll see how I go. I think I might push it through. I think I might push it. I'm going to push. Until it was a Sunday, I have all the housework to look forward to after this. So I might want to actually go. We're going to do a team bit longer to delay doing all the washing up and the hoovering and the sorting out the clothes and all those other things that you just have to do as part of life. Yesterday I was supposed to do half of that, but then, I don't know, the laziness on a Saturday got to us, should I say, me and the boy. So that was the end of that. And of course you pushed all to the Sunday, and then you feel like you don't get a good Sunday because you're having to do your housework, so it's just, oh my, what did I do? Oh my goodness, get back in there. Great, now it's just reset my fight number. Alright, how's it? Great, lovely. But, because yesterday, what do? When I went shopping, we went to go grab a whole bunch of hair products from farmers, some curly girl specific hair products, which my hair is super bouncy today for like the first time ever. So, you know, my mom was always like, don't put all these fancy products. Your hair doesn't need it, your skin doesn't need it. Go all natural. But I'm like, actually, I actually do need to be putting all these hair stuff, especially in my curly hair. Because curly hair is naturally drier, and you can get high porosity hair, which makes it even worse. So you have to be putting hydrating moisturizer and stuff on my hair. So now that I know that and I'm buying the right stuff, my hair is bouncy, it is lovely, it is retaining the curls. It's like a whole. It's like my hair. It's a whole new set of hair. It's fabulous. Now I just have to keep it up. My bank account's not gonna like it, but c'est la vie. Yeah, so what about that? Bought some socks. Bought some poster frames. Bought some cartooning. Oh, and then just randomly went to the food court. Oh my goodness. Okay. This now brings me on to a gripe that me and the boy had about people ordering things. It's most prevalent in a food court than anywhere else. Actually, no. It's not even local. Most of the food court. It's just everywhere that people order food, and then anywhere people order food, and then the people at the counter call the order, and then you go out and get it. Anywhere where that happens, this thing happens that me and the boy just have. I'm so glad that we're both aligned on it. Oh my goodness, does it push up buttons? What? Pictures of. No, here's what a normal person does have. So let's say, this thing's McDonald's. Yeah, we didn't go to McDonald's. We went to a healthy smoothie place. Anyway, I digress. Don't know why I need to say that. So you order this, you go up to the counter, or the little, the screen where you order your stuff. So you order your stuff. You know. Let's just say I'm getting 20 chicken nuggets and a chocolate milkshake. You know, the absolute lunch of champions. Or maybe a couple of hash browns in there. So you have that. Fabulous. You take order 21. You good. So what a normal person does is they hang around the Maccas. They hang around the Maccas. They will, you know, they know what they ordered. Firstly, it's the most important thing, they know what they ordered. You know, and then they wait around, they'll see, you know, watch the people behind the counter do their stuff. You'll kind of have an idea when your order's about to be ready or when they're about to call up. And then when they say, order 21, you're like, oh, that's me, because I know what my order is, because it's just a simple 2-digit number they need to memorize. That's up, thank you, I'm order 21, you know, I'm so excited to have my chocolate milkshake, because I remembered I ordered my chocolate milkshake. And go take away to eat. What these absolute buffoons do instead, though, is they do their order, let's say it's order 56. Order 56. They then go to some seat that's like 10 meters away from the counter. So they're not particularly in earshot of it. They'll then, you know, not pay any attention to what's going on at the counter because they're too busy on scrolling down Insta or whatever. Insert thing of choice there. Insert thingy of choice there. I'm gonna lose this one, aren't I? Oh no, okay, great. Okay. Anyway, so then they're not paying attention to what's going on at the counter. So then the person says, order 56. Of course, you kind of just you can vaguely hear it, but you're just not paying attention. And the person's just looking around wildly, order 56. And then you're like, oh, just look down at my seat, order 56. Oh. They're saying 56, aren't they? Yeah, oh. And you look at your receipt for maybe 2 seconds longer, and you're like, oh, maybe I'll just leisurely walk up to the counter. So you walk up to the counter, order 56? And they're like, yeah, what I've been shouting the entire time. Yeah, this order 56, it was I don't know, 2 Big Macs and a hash brown. You're like, oh, and you look at the receipt just to double check that you had ordered 2 Big Macs and a hash brown. You're like, oh yeah, no, that is me. And they're like, okay, here you are. You're like, oh, thanks. Okay. And you might wonder, what is wrong with that? Oh, I've got to speak to you over myself. So this morning was just going horrendously. So So I'm like, okay, what are all the things wrong with that? First off, when you order something, you don't just wander away and not pay attention to it anymore, especially in a fast food place. It's different when you order somewhere that's going to take like half an hour to like be done as a normal, like that's fine. But you wander away for 25 minutes and then you come back around the time that you ordered to be ready, and then you're paying attention to when the order's going to be ready. That's just standard. So first off, you've got that. Second off, you haven't even taken the time to memorize the two numbers that are on your receipt of, you know, what your order number is. So now when they call order 56, you have to suddenly take 10 seconds to just like rewire your brain to recognize numbers, to be like, 56, oh, that's our number. You know, like almost as if your order's ready and you should go up and get it. But no, that doesn't cross your mind to at it yet. So then they leisurely walk up to the counter first off, because, you know, it's not like the person at the counter's got a job to do and they've actually got other things that they need to do. You know, it's not like that at all. You know, their whole purpose of clocking in for their shift was to give you your 2 Big Macs and your hash brown. Like, you specifically, out of all the other customers. This is that. And then they're like, oh, you know, yeah, 2 Big Macs and a hash brown. And then you have to look back at your receipt to remember that you ordered 2 Big Macs and a hash brown, because you didn't just walk into McDonald's being like, you know what, I'm fancy, or you didn't click your button on the order screen, or you didn't do whatever else you need to do to pick your 2 Big Macs and your hash browns. You know, I just pressed a random number on the screen and just ordered whatever randomly came up. You know, some people do that though. Anyway. You know, so you know what you ordered, like in an internal instinctual level, you know what you ordered. So you don't need to then go and check your receipt to find out what you ordered, because any buffoon knows what they've ordered. It's an intrinsic level. Like, yeah, they might forget whether they did a regular or a large or whatever. But like, to the point where you have to check your receipt again to even work out what you ordered. Oh my goodness, it's just so like... Basically, long story short is, we witnessed someone do this exact thing yesterday when we were ordering our healthy smoothies. You know, they're like, oh, you know, order for a... order for, because they called it out by the name. So if you can't even recognize your own name, then you've got problems. So, you know, so it's like, you know, order for blah blah blah, order for blah blah blah, whatever. And then they were kind of just like, they were off over there, like something, and then they vaguely realized that someone was maybe calling out their name. And then they had to, like, they were looking at their receipt, trying to double check, and then they were trying to, you know, going up, and then they, when she was like, oh, it's this, and then they had to look at the receipt to remember they had ordered that. Like, bruh, come on. You just held up that lady's day by like 2 minutes for your incompetence. And the thing is, it was the kind of, you know, the reason that they were sitting over there and not really paying attention is because they were like scrolling through Instagram. You know, they were just on their phone the whole time, obviously scrolling. See from the movement of their hands, so they were obviously scrolling. And it just grinds me in the boys' gears. Like, you now, like, and the thing is, like, you're not just holding up the serve staff. You're also holding up everyone else's orders, because the serve staff can't go back and get the orders. So they're affecting everyone else. They're affecting everyone around them by being stupid. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And that might seem like the most inconsequential, oh my god, that's not even like a problem, get over it kind of thing. But to me, like the thing that the underpinnings of it all that me and the boy don't like is lack of awareness of others. like, and and when I say that, like, I mean that in like a shopping, spending money kind of thing. It's the people in the supermarket who park their trolley right in the middle of the aisle, giving no one any space on either side to do that. It's the people who wander with their trolley, you know, in a busy, in a busy aisle, and then just stop, like, just completely just stop all of a sudden, and are like scanning, thinging on their phone or whatever. You don't pull to the side, you don't let other people go past. You're just like, no, I am the only one in the supermarket. There's no one else around me, so I don't need to watch what anyone else, I don't need to worry about anyone else. It's those people. It's the people that just hold up the line for their unpreparedness or incompetence or any number of things. And it's people who forget what their own blimmin' Macca's order is. It's like, and it may seem so, like, look, and I know that there are certain situations, certain people where that just stuff is fine, like, it's fine, it's got perfectly legitimate reasons, but, maybe they're holding on to an order for someone else, maybe they're the son and daughter of the parents who ordered. They don't actually know, the parents handled all of the numbers, and then the parents bug it off to the bathroom or something, and the order's cancelled, so then the kid's going to check the order number. That's fine. That's all good. Those situations happen, and that's fine. But I'm talking in those situations where the person is just being an absolute numpty. Those things. Talking about those things. Okay, Sakura and Choji. First. Yeah. So that was our thing. Oh, and the other, oh my goodness, and that was it. Okay, so this was someone else. This was another person, and this ties into the whole like lack of awareness of or care that other people exist in the world. So we were at the healthy smoothie place, and they've got one of those like ordering screens like they've got on Sumo, so we were going to order from that. So then we wander on over, and there's a kids playing around on the thing first off, which is already like fuel to the fire while we don't have kids. And then there's a mother who's standing like right in front of the screen. So you're thinking, okay, she's in the middle of ordering, and then she wanders over and talks to this presumably her partner or husband or whatever. Talk to him, and he's standing over near the counter. So she goes up and talks to him and then walks back. I'm like, okay, she must just be asking what he's wanting. But then she gets back to the screen, and then she's not touching anything. And the kids are all playing around on it and crawling all over it, whatever. So then we're kind of just like standing there, like standing back a little bit, like, is she ordering or is she waiting for him to decide something and then he's going to come over? So then he comes over, but then he's talking about something else, and then they just wander off and like go to the bathroom or something, like all of them. And I'm like, hang on a second, you telling me you were standing right in front of the screen? And it wasn't a case of, oh, they're standing like a little bit back but like still close enough or things. Like they were standing like within 10 centimeters of the screen. Like anyone walking past would have thought they were ordering. Like they were standing that close. The kids were crawling all over the screen, again adding further credence to that. So I'm just like, whoa. You were standing in front of the screen the entire time with no intention of ordering, and you've got all these people behind you who are wanting to order, and they can't because you're standing in front of the screen. Like, it's those people that we cannot stand. Like, have the common decency to move. For goodness sake, it was just like, bruh, you held up our order by like 5 minutes because you didn't want to move. Disgraceful. absolutely disgraceful. I've already played as Choji, haven't I? Yes. Oh, I burned through that one quick. That's Sasuke, Kage, and Young Tamari. Oh, it was infuriating. And then because we were in a food court, so we saw that family a couple of extra times, and it was just like, oh, it's dysfunction city over there. So like the dad or the dad of the kids, Alyssa would have said that, I don't know. Had like AirPods in his ear the whole time, like not paying any like, and just in the kind of way that like, oh, whatever, like, listen to my music is far more important to me than anything that my partner or my kids or anyone else has to say to me. And he just had that walk of like, the world bends to my will. Like, don't tell me what to do, sort of thing. Just, and this is all sounding extremely judgy, but I don't care. I don't care because it's for people that just don't care about others, and that drives me absolutely drives me cool. Especially in like in a busy setting, in a shopping setting, where it's just like you've got no reason to be the way you is. Ugh. Anyway, I'll stop that rant before my heart rate goes through the roof. Speaking of my heart rate going through the roof, so if you didn't catch last night's stream of Outer Wilds, it is one of those games that is just absolutely sticking with me. Like, I just can't stop thinking about it. Like, thinking about what I've got to do next, thinking about what I've discovered, thinking about what it's meaning and what it's trying to do and all this sort of thing. It's incredible. It's just an absolutely incredible game. Like, I managed to do far more yesterday than I have in the other two streams of it combined. There was Revelations, there was, like, of course, the two places that I'm the least wanting to go are the most, are the ones that are going to scare me the most. Of course, and then all the places that are not harmless per se, but like, you know, it hasn't got giant anglerfish and it hasn't got giant underwater weirdness, you know. Of course those places have a lot of really important story information, but nothing like, they give you the knowledge to find the things on the really dangerous, scary planets. And I've got this very, very big sinking feeling that what I'm going to have to do, what the game is going to want me to do is it's going to want me to find all these little pieces, find all these little knowledge bites, knowledge bombs, and what it's going to want me to do is on one of the cycles I have to zip to all of these, you know, I've got to go and grab something to put into something else to then do something with this all in one cycle. And I've got an even sinkinger feeling that one of those steps involves going past all those fish in Dark Bramble. And I am absolutely terrified if that's going to be the case. Because there's a time pressure, isn't there? You've only got 22 minutes in a cycle to do what you gotta do. So then you have to get it all done in 22 minutes. I feel like, yeah. Well, no, it's one of those games that it's just, yeah, it's crazy. it's just like sticking with me the whole time. Like I just can't stop thinking about it. And it's just like as scary as some bits are, well, they're probably not meant to be scary, but as heart pound-inducing that they are, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm enjoying the mystery, I'm enjoying discovering things. Like each big discovery is just like, oh my goodness, I did it, you know? Finding more nuggets, you're piecing together, you're connecting all the dots, you're figuring out what the hell's going on, and it's so rewarding. You know, and I can definitely see how it won't be the game for everyone. It won't be the game for everyone. Like if you like games where it kind of just at least gives you a pointer in where you're supposed to go, like gives you the, I mean, it might take me a bit much, but you said that yourself. Like, you know, if you like one where it just gives you a little bit of a pushes in where it wants you to go, then you won't like this one, because this one is completely like, bruh, like, you could start the game and go finish the game, like, straight away. Like you can finish that game in like 10 minutes. Easily. Actually, no, it wouldn't be 10 minutes, it'd be about 20 minutes. 20 minutes you could probably finish that game. If you knew what you were doing. Quite easily. But then, of course, I'm almost 10 hours in. 10, would be 10 hours? About like 8 hours in, 8-9 hours. And I haven't even pieced together. I mean, I've got this funny feeling I know, I've learnt about all the bits to what I've got to do, but I just don't know how to piece it together. Lovely. But for anyone who likes mystery games, likes exploration, likes spacey stuff, likes, you know, just blindly finding, not blindly, but you know, who just wants to, likes the thrill of finding things out, slowly piecing together things, using your own wits and your own knowledge to piece things together. It is an utterly, incredibly designed game. It is absolutely incredible. It is one of the best designed games I've ever experienced in my life. And I don't say that lightly. Because, you know, as much as my favourite games of all time are The Witcher, Witcher 3 specifically, you know, Dragon Quest 8, Okami, whatever, you know, they hold your hand in Dragon Quest. Actually, not so much, but anyway, you know, they hold your hand in some way in terms of design, like in terms of the journey that the player goes on. You know, they're very, you know, they're story heavy, and you learn, you know, you kind of, I don't know, it's like there are characters you are playing with, and the characters are learning things and you're just learning by proxy. Whereas this game, like, you're just this faceless, nameless Parthian, and it's like you are discovering this. Like, you're not having a character explain the mysteries to you. You are doing that all yourself. Every achievement, everything you do in that game, every place you go, every thing you discover is like, you've done that. Like, you were the one that pieced together what the game, you know, the ancient texts that you read and you know, all of that sort of stuff. You were the one that did that. No character told you, you know, they will tell you things in, the characters you do meet will tell you things here and there, but that's more so from a, have you thought about doing this? Not like a, oh, you've got to go over here and then you've got to go here to open this door. Like, it's a, have you thought about travelling over yonder to see that thing over there? Like, they throw suggestions, and what you do with that is completely up to you. You know, there's like a, so I found like a statue room or something underground on Giant's Deep. I haven't been to it yet, but it said, you know, can't get to it from here, but there is a way, a more dangerous way. You know, it doesn't tell you what it is. It doesn't, you know, I don't know if it's an underwater passage or it's a, I've got to fly up and fly down, or, you know, it hasn't told me anything about how to get down there. So now I have to, I know that the route exists, but what I do with that is completely up to me. And it's just incredible. It's just incredible. Yeah, it's just one of those games that, like, yeah. So on my, like, my tier list, my game tier list that I have, you know, my game tier list that just for me is just my way of thinking about, when I think about games, you know, what do I, how do I rank them in my own personal, little thing. And so my god tier games are games that have kind of, there's something about them that was just an absolute, like, unforgettable experience. And Outer Wilds at the moment is sitting, it hasn't truly cemented itself into god tier, but it also is probably almost there. It's like, it's definitely on the next tier down, which is like absolutely incredible games, like absolutely incredible games that would be god tier ones if it wasn't just for just some arbitrary reason why they're not. But this game is slowly making its way. So, like, for me, like, my god tier games: Okami, Witcher 3, Ocarina of Time, Dragon Quest 8, Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Diamond. I say that because the story, like, my first ever foray into a Ys game, and the story was just incredible. The story was utterly amazing. You know, the gameplay was fun, the inspiration was amazing. Anyway, Ghost of Tsushima is another one that was one of the most beautiful games I've ever played in my life. So do I even, oh, do I have my tier list somewhere? So I think God of War 2018 is definitely another good one. I know my own somewhere. I'm trying to think what other games there are. Oh my god, excuse me. I'm just going to update my list. Down to 8750. Making good time, good progress. There we are. Sasuke Eternal Mangekyo Shadowman. And Young Sasuke. Yeah. Oh, come on. Bruh. Oh, screw it. Okay. Yeah, so, what I might be doing is, because I'm taking a little break, taking a little break, a little staycation, later on next week. It's from Wednesday to Sunday. I won't be streaming within those times. So it's like a full break. But what I might do is, because I've technically got Monday, Tuesday, or tomorrow, and Tuesday off from work. So what I might be doing is in the afternoons on tomorrow afternoon and Tuesday afternoon, I might be doing a little bit of a little surprise stream, which is gonna be out of lots, because my goodness, I'm like, I need to know. I just need to be playing this game. Like last night, I could have gone on for like 5 hours. I could have gone on for ages, but I didn't. I was wanting to so bad, but anyway, so tomorrow afternoon is going to be a little stream. So I reckon by the end of the week I could finish it. I reckon I'm so close, teetering on the edge of being able to finish it. Oh, husband and wife. So we've got to do it in the village. I could do somewhere romantic. I wonder what their if they've got special ultimate finishes. They should do. You'd think they do. There we go. Right, there should be, there we go. That was interesting. I've never come across that before. Just goes to show you, like, play this game forever and you're still finding things that you've never done. Just let's see what the reverse is. Should have done back in the village. Breath. Oh, come on. There we go. Sometimes I need to show some style. Bam. Oh, my hair's so bouncy, it's great. I'm just absolutely loving my hair. Sorry, that sounds so like... Okay, that's cool. The what's it, the boy at the moment, he's been watching the Cyberpunk Edgerunners show on Netflix. Really? Oh my goodness, excuse me. So yes, he's been watching that on Netflix. I've like sort of been hover watching a couple of episodes. It's interesting because they've got the, like, in some scenes where they've got, you know, like camera footage or like the interfaces on things. This is exactly how it is in the game. And then, like, reading a thing like apparently, like 20 million more players have got the game ever since the anime came out. Like this, like the game's almost got like a second wind because of the anime. And that actually brings me so much joy, because as much as Cyberpunk had those issues, and I will say because we played it on, or I played it on PS4 Pro, played on and as much as it had a lot of graphical glitches, like a lot. Like, you jump on your motorbike, and then when you're trying to switch to first-person camera, it'll take about a couple of minutes for it to realise that it can do first-person camera. You know, and there'll be heaps of texture popping, just all that noise. There's a lot of it, you know, which did detract somewhat, but even then, like, I really enjoyed the gameplay and everything, so I actually didn't mind too much. But I think that game is actually extremely well done. Like, in the terms of the stories, really good. The side quests are really good. Like, all of the side quests are, you know, pretty, like, quite good. All like the fixes, like, not so much. They're like the jobs kind of thing, like, it's all like tasks that they're not fully fleshed out big side quests. But, you know, they're you know, go to this place and rescue this person kind of thing. But no, the side quests are like amazing. Like, there's a like a taxi service, and it's like gone rogue or something, and there's different like personalities, and it's different personalities have kind of gone rogue, so you've got to track them down. So there's like a really like angry version of it, and there's one that sounds like GLaDOS, and there's one that's just really depressed, and you know, one that just wants to escape from the world and everything. It's just I'm glad that game is now getting a second, because I mean, it's not, by no means is it on the par of The Witcher 3. In some ways it's in ways it's better. I think Night City as a city feels completely like one of the most realistic cities that I've ever played, like ever come across. And I mean that in terms of the density of people, the density of the buildings, the way it's laid out. It just feels like a proper city. You know, the side quests I enjoyed. Yeah, combat's really good. Everything I like it. I like it a lot. you know, and I think, you know, there are a lot of games I believe that you know had a disastrous launch, and actually deserve far more than they've gotten. No, it's like those underrated classics like Kingdoms of Avalon, Reckoning, or it's one of the few games that I've played like more than 10-15 playthroughs of. And I can't say I've done that for many games now. Like the very few games that I can say I've done that for will be like Oblivion, Skyrim, some of the PS2 Naruto games. More so like Ultimate Ninja 3 more than anything else. Like that's it. Like I can't say I've done much more than that. And it's just like it's very much it's by no means perfect. Combat can get very samey, very quickly. And you pick up so many items that it's almost like you need to, even to not have to go to shops every 10 seconds. It's almost like a backpack space of 6,000. But beyond that, I think it's a very good game. And it's definitely one of those ones that you really have tried to flesh out a big world. Oh my goodness. Controller, stop. Here we go. Lovely. Excuse me. James, I'm just keen to hear if like what are the games that you feel either got an undeserved bad reputation at launch, games that you think are just extremely underrated and everyone needs to play more of, or just games that they sort of had a resurgence later on. You know, they slowly became more and more popular, and kind of like glad if you're one of the OGs, like I liked it from the start kind of thing. Like, yeah, I'm keen to know if anyone's got games like that, you know, that you think are underrated classics. There's any other ones. Like, what are some other games I've played that just no one seems to talk about, but they should? So that would probably be the East ones, actually. But then again, it's a bit difficult with JRPGs, is because JRPGs can be so hit and miss with people from the West. It's harder to. I've missed a fight somewhere. What fight have I missed? I've missed a fight somewhere, I have missed a fight. What have I missed? Oh goodness. I'm pretty sure I missed doing White Mask Toby. All the two young Garas, I'm pretty sure I missed doing White Master Toby. I'm so sure that's what I did. Or was it Data there? Against Setsu. Or one of those two, wasn't it? I'll try and figure out, try and remember which one I didn't do. If anyone can remember, what I was playing as the Obito like Zetsu wood version. Did I play as Data afterwards, or when I was against Jugo, did I play as White Master Toby afterwards? I don't think I did Data on Data. Because I don't actually can't do either of them. So this will be an even numbered fight. Yes. Sorry. So I'm gonna make it. Because I feel like I didn't do Data a second time. Unless I didn't do both of them, and then there's another character that I didn't do, which I can't say now. Okay, which one am I gonna do? I'm gonna do Data against Obito Zetsu. No, I did do him. That's not. Now that's not sitting right with me. Oh goodness. Goodness beans. Feeling I haven't done this fight. I'm gonna do it now, and then I'm gonna be I'll look back over the next. Look back over the stream after, and then I'll. If it was actually the other one, then I can do that. I'm pretty sure I did this one. Right. Okay. So now we're going to go back to Mifune and Utakata. amount of times I miss that. It's almost on par with Hanabi. That little scheme. Bro, stand still. Oh, we'll do that again.
闇を開くは勇の刃、三船が力、見知りおけ。勝負あり。目と黒。
I'm very sorry. Freight bubbles. Hello. How are you? Welcome, one day I'm gonna figure out why the hell it's called freight bubbles. When I just think of freight bubbles, I'm literally just thinking of like a giant train coming, or a giant shipping container just coming, like barreling in. It crushes everything with a shipping container. That's all I think about when I think of freight bubbles. About shipping freight. That's the question. Who would win? Utakata versus SpongeBob. SpongeBob and Patrick with their bubbles. Who would win? That would be truly the battle of the century. Because as much as you'd be like, oh, Utakata wouldn't win hands down, because his bubbles are like explodey bubbles. But then I'm thinking SpongeBob, because he can just like blow just like random stuff. He'll do like some kind of like, because he's got kind of, what's that? He's got cartoonness on his side, in the sense that he can, he'll blow like a, I don't know, like a giant. He'll blow like a bubble anvil, and it'll just go smash, like straight on, just like completely, just like demolish thing. Demolish thing. And because as we've seen in the episode where Flats the bully is punching SpongeBob as well, he can like absorb punches, absorb blows, because he's made of some kind of spongy material. You know, it's. Oh, which also reminds me, that actually reminds me. So there, just to give this an idea of how sad I was in school. So me and one of my friends, we came up with this, well, it was really, I don't think she went as hungry as me. I think she had a very different idea in mind. But I've written my first like 3 chapters of fanfiction about this game. So I had this idea. Why don't we get like our 2 favorite characters from like various properties, like SpongeBob, Naruto, Sonic, Teen Titans, Bleach, like all these different places, like Final Fantasy, Zelda, Kung Fu Panda, like whatever thing we liked at the time. So we get our 2 favorite characters from that, and then they have to battle our least 2 favorite characters from that. So like, what would it be? It would be like Sasuke and Neji versus Kabuto and Orochimaru, let's just say. Might even be Sakura as well, I'm not sure. Anyway, so like, what if we did that? And then I decided to take it to a degree it didn't need to be taken. Where, and I've written my first 3, like this is like 10 years ago I wrote this as well. I wrote my first 3 chapters of my fan fiction. So it starts off with Sasuke. He's just like wandering just a lonely road, the only road he's ever known. And suddenly Caius Ballard from Final Fantasy 13-2 appears out of thin air, and they're just like, what? And then because they're like, who the hell are you? And they're like, I know who the hell are you? And they're like, you kind of look menacing and blah, let's have a fight. And then suddenly now Caius Ballard and Sasuke are having a fight. And I don't think I actually made it. Oh no, hang on, no, never mind. They magically get teleported somewhere else to like some other battlefield somewhere in some dimension or something. And then they have a fight. And then I think they get teleported somewhere else, or someone intervenes. Oh, that's right. So if anyone who's played the Fable games, that Teresa character, who's like a seer. So she appears and she teleports them to this like huge majestic hall, like cool looking fancy giant hall with all these, and I think I go into too much detail around how beautiful this hall is. It's like giant pillars of like rubies and sapphires everywhere, and it's like lights everywhere, and it's so cool. And then basically all of these characters from all of these different things have appeared in this hall, like they've been summoned. And they've got like along all these walls are like all these like symbols, like portals to their different worlds, but it's like different like symbols depending on which one it is. So like for Naruto it would be like the Leaf Village symbol, or so on and so forth. And then, because then I'm trying to be like, well, I've got to, like, I have to, it's like Super Smash Brothers, you have to weave some story behind this to make it like they haven't just appeared and now we're just going to go and fight people. Like, you have to give them the why. So then I was like, okay, I've decided that what's going to happen is an evil Shadow Emperor Overlord from the Shadow Realm, not the Yu-Gi-Oh! Shadow Realm, but just our Shadow Realm. They need to invade this universe, but to do that, they kind of have to like use, like basically possess people in each world and act as like anchors or something that then they can kind of like funnel their like dark energy through, so then they can like when the energy balance tips to like to the dark side's favor, then it will like then the Shadow Emperor person will be able to like they'll be able to take over or something. So basically what happened is that this person had, and my least 2 favorite characters in each world were like the anchors sort of thing. They had been the ones. So this Teresa chick had summoned like champions from each of the worlds to basically, you know, say, right, I've summoned you all here, we've got to go and stop. You know, we have to kill the people who are acting as the anchors to save the universe. So she's chosen all these people who all happen to be my favorite characters. But anyway, so then what then happens is that they all like separate into groups of 4, or like when they go into a world to like fight, it has to be in a group of 4. So it's the 2 characters whose like world it is, and then 2 others, and they would be very carefully selected to, you know, complement the whichever land it is. So, and this was like people for, like I said, Kung Fu Panda was the first one. I actually wrote down like that whole how much did I write? I wrote down everyone get to the hall, and I think I did the first like world, which was Kung Fu Panda world. So it was Tigress and Tai Lung going to fight Mantis and I want to say it was Mantis and Monkey. Can't actually remember. Yeah, I think it was those 2, yeah. And then with them they had, oh God, who do they have? I've got a feeling it was like Raven from Team Top. No, it would be Raven. It was, oh goodness, who was it? I can't remember. Someone anyway, two other people anyway, you know, and then obviously there's the whole like, because you know, Tigress having to kill Mantis and Monkey would be like super emotional and heart-wrenching, so she can't do it. And the thing, that's the thing too, is because the people like whose world it is, they have to be the ones to kill the 2 least favorite characters, so have that emotional element in there as well, you know, you've got to have that. Yeah, so, and it was my vision was going to be that this was going to be a full fanfiction series. It was going to be the greatest thing ever. There would be like fan films made about it. It would just be the most amazing thing ever. But I think I finished the Kung Fu Panda chapter, and then I don't think I wrote any more. Because I think just school and life got in the way. But anyway, that was my vision, because then I planned everything out. I'm like, well, here's all my characters. Here's all the, and here's all my least favorite characters, and then like here's all the worlds and stuff. Because then I was thinking, like, because the other thing too is like, okay, that's all well and good. You've got, say Naruto. Where would you host? Like, what would be the location that you would host the most almighty fight scene ever written? Because this was really just an excuse for me to write really cool fight scenes as well, and like, because like I had a thing. Like, they sometimes underutilize characters in fight scenes, so like, or they just don't use powers that they should be able to be used for plot reasons or one other. So I'm like, no, this is an excuse. If Sasuke can do all this amazing stuff, then my god, Sasuke's gonna do this amazing stuff. God so help me if Sasuke is gonna do this amazing stuff. So then I'm like, okay, so Kung Fu Panda took place at the temple, like the dojo kind of place, like in the grounds of that. I'm thinking Naruto, because I was thinking, do we have it on the like the bajillion things do you have at the Final Valley, which is poetic? Do you have it at the in the Samurai Bridge? Do you have it in the Sand Village or the Mist Village or the Cloud Village or the but I was thinking, no, I'll have it in the Leaf Village, but I'll do a lot of stuff around like the Hokage faces maybe. But then now I'm thinking about it, actually like the Cloud Village would actually be pretty cool. Anyway, I'm not gonna cry if I lose this fight. Oh my god. What? Oh, look at that. Fabulous. Yeah, so the other thing too, because I'm including like you've got like Patrick and Sandy from SpongeBob teaming up with like Sephiroth and Raven, or like Blackfire from Teen Titans, and going into jellyfish fields to kill Pearl and Mr. Krabs. Like, bruh, who would not want to read that or even see that? Because if I was any good at animation, that would totally be, that would totally be insane. If I could totally do, if I could do that, oh, that'd be amazing. Yeah, because then I was thinking, oh my goodness, because what copies did I have? So I had Kung Fu Panda, I had Bleach, which I had Toshiro and... oh goodness, who do I have? I had Toshiro and... Byakuya from Bleach. I had Sasuke and Neji from Naruto, I had Blackfire and Raven from Teen Titans, I had Patrick and Sandy from SpongeBob, I had Shadow and... was it Knuckles? No, Shadow and Blaze from Sonic. I had Sephiroth and Fang from Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy is like every Final Fantasy, so I haven't got one specific to one game. It's like across all the Final Fantasies with my two favorite characters. I had... what else did I have? I had so many more. I had Loki and someone else from like Marvel, just Marvel in general. I had... oh goodness, what else did I have? I had so many more. I had heaps. I had... I think I had Naburu and Midna from Zelda. Was it she and Midna from Zelda? I had Jessica and Yangus from Dragon Quest, which might actually if I had to do it now, would probably actually change. All of these people would probably change it as I've gotten older. My tastes have changed. That'll be different people. goodness, who else did I have? I'm sure I had so many more things, but yeah. So it's just an excuse for me to run really quick fight scenes. No, I didn't. Each Final Fantasy was a separate one. Because I had Caius and Fane from Final Fantasy 13. I had Auron and Lulu from Final Fantasy 10. I had Sephiroth and Vincent from Final Fantasy 7. That's right, and then the Final Fantasy 13 ones, they had to kill Vanille and Hope. Was it Vanille and Sarah? Yeah, oh my goodness. That's right, yeah. So that was the fan, and it was called the CCA, the Cool Cartoon Alliance, which is such a dumb name in hindsight. I'll totally give it a better name now. Yeah. Oh, no worries. Don't worry about it. This is like me just reminiscing on something that I completely forgot I did like 10 years ago. But no, I'm glad you think it sounds cool. Wait, hang on. So he's doing a jutsu and it didn't recognize him in that perimeter of the flower thing. Well, that's weird. So I wonder if he gets a weird, like, code-wise, he gets a weird property when he does that. Maybe. Ooh, got to update my list. What are we down to? 27. 8727. Oh, look at this. We might definitely be able to get down to 700 by the end of today. Kiba and Bee. That was a character I haven't done in ages. Killer Bee. Haven't played him nearly as much as I thought. I think now that I think about it, definitely the impetus behind the fan fiction and the right was I just think that like all of these characters, all these properties have such potential to write the most amazing fight scenes ever made, ever created in the history of the universe. And there's so many characters that have all these amazing abilities but are so underutilized. Or just like, there's so many like fight scenes that they're in, it's just like, oh my god, but you can do that. Why are you not doing that one move that I know that you can do? Or that you're capable of. And then they kind of just nerf for plot reasons, essentially. And it was kind of like, right, I'm taken aback. I'm taking back the power. These people are going to do some cool stuff. Oh, God so help me. Because like, depending on where you have it as well, like, depending on the location, you can do some sick stuff. Depending on the location that you've got, you know, like, and just imagine just like the visuals of it. If it was like if it was like an animation or a film, like, it would just look amazing. Like, you'd have you'd have a fight in Asgard on the rain, you know, with the gold, and you have it on the rainbow bridge, and it would just look so sad. Just look so good. Alright. Oh goodness. I shouldn't be yawning, it's not early enough in the day to be yawning. I mean, yeah. Then again, I did get up, I only got up like an hour and a bit ago. What's next? Chio. Oh my goodness, controller. Right, Chio and Fu. Chio's a character I haven't played as well in ages. I see, like, even though that ultimate jutsu trigger is one of those ones that, like, I shouldn't be able to, like, I seem to have more success with firing that one off than I do with Hanabi's, which you'd think you'd have a better time with. It's really weird. Lovely, look at that. Go Chio. I think she's like one of the, I think her and Sasori, I think, are probably the puppet users that I actually have a far better time with than any others. Kankuro can just go die. Both Kankuros can just go die. Yeah, I think actually no, the only other two puppet users are Sasori and Chio. Lovely job. Okay, we'll go next. Naruto, Toad, Sage, and Yukito. Alright, getting some good matchups. Liking it. I bet you on I'm so gonna look back at the stream and it's actually not gonna be that fight that I definitely didn't play as someone. I bet you it's totally data who I didn't play as. Thanks. Betcha. Which then means at the start of the next stream I'm gonna have to start the next one I'm definitely gonna have to what's it? Gonna have to do whichever fight I missed out on, unless I did get it right. Unless because it definitely wasn't something I remembered. It was more something I felt. I felt that I hadn't done that one. I'll listen to the heart of the cards. And that's what the heart of the cards was telling me. Speaking of the heart of the cards, what did I find the other day? Oh, that's right, I found my Yu-Gi-Oh card catalogue from like 2004? (2003), like way back when Yu-Gi-Oh first came out. God knows how long ago. Well, at least first hit the West. I'm sure it had been out in Japan far longer. But oh my goodness, I found it was just like going back through memory lane, like Pot of Greed, Kuribo, Trap Insects, Flame Swordsman, Dark Magician Girl, Black Magician of Primal Chaos, Blade Sword Buster Blade, that's there's the Celtic Guardian, like all of this good stuff. It was just like, oh, blast from the past. And I was just thinking just how like Yu-Gi-Oh was so ingrained in the kid to teenager pop culture psyche. It was just like, it was everywhere. Everyone knew what Yu-Gi-Oh is. Yu-Gi-Oh was like at kids' birthday parties, the little gift bags, you know, that they'll give all the guests, you know, the goodie bag, the piece of cake and the lollipop and the whatever. You'd have like little booster packs of Naruto Yu-Gi-Oh cards in there. Like it was that prevalent. And it was just like, and then I think it's just I find that the popularity of it was tied to the anime on TV, and then because it went through all the series, like it, you know, they had the OG one, the OG with Pegasus and the Millennium Eye and all that kind of thing, and then they went to Jewel City or something, where they had like the tournament that they had the cool like jewel disc things on them, and then they'd all be like, you know, run rampant in the city just dueling everyone, and then you had to get enough points to fight Kaiba or something. There was that one, and then there was the Dungeon Dice Monsters, which tried and failed. Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, in the Jewel City one, because they had Merrick. That's when they had Merrick and Ishtar and God, what was the guy's name? Something. And then they had like Merrick, and he's all being like hipster bro. Like here's me with all my cool like my little you know femboy vest. And then they get to like they're on like a zeppelin or a blimp or something, or Kaiba's blimp, and then the guy who's pretending to be pretending to be Merrick, but he's not actually. And then they're trying to summon the winged dragon of Ra, but it's like you can't do it or something. And then Merrick then goes like full like he like reveals himself as like the super evil person. And then his hair goes all weird, and then his hair goes all weird, and then he does the actual chant of the winged dragon of Ra, and then it summons the winged dragon of Ra, who like destroys everything. And then it was like, oh my goodness, that's right. And then that's when the whole Egyptian god cards came into it. Obelisk and Slife of the Sky. Oh my goodness. And that's right. And then the guy who had the Slife of the Sky Dragon card, he lost the fight because they managed to send him into like a loop to get him to draw so many, like, he got like trapped in a loop where, and I can't remember if like they forced him to, or he just mucked it up himself, but it was like he had Slife the Sky Dragon out in the field, and every time he drew cards, it would increase the attack power of it. So it was like 12,000, some ridiculous number. But then there was another card that every time a monster's health goes up, draw cards. And then he was stuck in a loop between every time he drew cards, attack power would go up, but then because attack power went up, he had to draw more cards, and it just went like that. And he lost the match because he ran out of cards in his deck. And in Yu-Gi-Oh, when you run out of cards, well, that's it. You have officially lost the fight. That's right, I remember that. And it was like some kind of like magician dude. Like some kind of weird magician sorcerer looking dude. It's all coming back to me. Why is it to that to the old guy? What? Oh, I'm curious as to what it's going to do with Jiraiya. I'm sure it will do the same thing. Yeah, there's that, and then what was the next one? Was the next one when they just suddenly now introduce, like, it's now like the Academy, or the next one, the next series? I can't remember. No, they had a series where it was like, and I can't remember whether it was its own series or not, but they had like a one where it all took place back in time, in old Egyptian times, when Yami was the pharaoh, then Bakura was doing Bakura stuff. No! The next one was then with, oh god, what was his name? Like, Kaiba's Richo brother, was it Noah or something, the like turquoise haired guy. And then there was like, they were in like a simulation or something. And then they were like in a simulation. But then Taya was all like, how can we be in a simulation? Like, I'm actually getting like cuts on my face with the simulation, this is weird. That's right. Oh my goodness, that's right. I think it was after that one. That was kind of like the last like proper series I remember watching. Yeah, the proper season or arc or whatever. So I've got to remember it's an anime, so it's not seasons, it's arcs. That's right, and then they had the Dual Academy thing, and I cannot for the life of me remember what main character that was. But then they had like this, the red, like the Ra class and the Obelisk class and like the different coloured ones. And I think it was like the red class people were like the dumb ones, like they weren't as good at dueling as the others. And then the blue ones were the next up, and then the yellow ones were above there, or that might be the other way around. Yeah. I was like, imagine going to school all about a card game. Like it's one of those things. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh and Cobra Kai. So like I find they've got the same like don't think too hard about it kind of thing, where it's like Cobra Kai couldn't happen, like, or like, you know, Karate Kid Cobra Kai stuff. That would not happen in real life because no one takes karate that seriously. Where it's like, I will literally kill you. So my karate class, my karate dojo wins the world championships. Like, maybe there is, maybe that is something that goes on, but it's just like you've got like gangs of people at school. Like rival karate classes have a big like out to kill each other at school. Like literally break your limbs. Like I will kill you because you're in a rival karate dojo than me. Like it's just like they take it so seriously that's why it couldn't happen in real life. But and it's the same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh. It's just like Duel Monsters, the game, is taken so seriously that like the city is brought to a standstill because they've got all these teenagers having card fights in the middle of the street. Like and all these holograms being produced and stuff. Like I'm sure, yeah, if you had like a Yu-Gi-Oh festival tournament held somewhere in Japan or whatever, you know, had all this giant area that was all just people dueling, like yeah, that's fine. But it's called like card tournaments and halls. They've got like halls for that sort of thing. It's not like a whole city is brought to a standstill. You're not like producing holograms in the middle of the street. And like people kill to get better Duel Monsters cards. Like they rob and ransack a card owner's store to get a card. Like it's that hungry. And like I said, maybe that is the case. Maybe in the real world, a card shop has been attacked and the owner held at gunpoint or knife point. Like, give me this card. I need this card. If I don't get this card, my life is over. Like, does it really happen? I've got a funny feeling it has. Stranger things have happened in the world, which is why I'm thinking that maybe it has happened in this world. Lovely. Keep whacking my cups against the wall. Well, actually, two more. Oh my god, stupid controller. Sorry, excuse my language. No, just that stupid. Lovely. was I just playing as? Toby White Mast. One of the questions I need to ask myself after this is all done, you know, after 8,700 and now 13 more fights, after we hit 0, will I be honestly able to say that I can play this game better than when I started? Will I say that I, after doing 11,000 fights non-stop, well, not all, like, completely non-stop, but you know what I mean, could I honestly, genuinely say that I'm better at this game than before? Because the rate I'm going, I don't think I would be able to do that. I don't think I would. And that's just me. That's a me problem. Kisame Nyanga. Alright. Yeah, because I mean, like, what have I learned? Like, what have I actually learned since starting this whole thing? I've actually learned quite a lot. I've learned there's the way that some of the models, so some of the, like, scratchy effects on the models are actually positioned, like, as a filter on the camera themselves. Or they're on the model but see-through, like you can see them through, like you can see hand scratches through the clothes that the hand goes through. So I've learned that. There's semi-destructible environments in the sense that if you're in the Leaf Village map, like the main one, if you send a fireball just goes astray and misses its target, it can actually destroy buildings. Hello, how are you? I'm good. What you doing? What? Oh wait. If it's no trouble. Are you able to grab your phone from that? Thank you. I think it's on the floor. Beware, it's connected to the charger. Yeah, so there's destructible environments, semi. I've learned this. Well, I already knew there was special. Eat this much. Better barkers. No, I'm good. I don't need that. See you later. Yeah, I've learned that there's that. I've learned that there's I've seen like the special jutsu cut-in images, whatever, when you're playing against certain characters, with certain characters. So I've learned that sort of stuff, I guess. Now that I say it's not a hell of a lot. Right, I got my phone, so now I can actually have a look at my tier list of what games do I consider God tier. And this is now I'm back to have a good conversation like I had like an hour ago. I do apologise, I'm going to be flipping and flopping. Flipping and flopping everywhere. So these are games that are unforgettable gaming experiences. It's not any measure at all of how good a game it is. It's purely the experience that I had with this game. Was it just one of those ones that I will never forget? And when I'm old and grey and I'm on my deathbed, I'm like, God damn, that was a good game. First question to actually... Oh, I've deleted my tier list. Oh, you're having a laugh. Oh, you're having an absolute giggle. Never mind, don't worry guys. I seem to have deleted those tabs. Fabulous. Let's Google Sheets. Well, let's just scroll down my list. Let's just scroll down my list, see if I can pick out which ones were. What do we got? What do we got? Right, so far I've hit the D's and I haven't found any. Well, Dragon Quest 8 for one. That's one. It's this game card. Oblivion and Skyrim. Final Fantasy 7 Remake. That was incredible. Final Fantasy 10, God tier. God tier in every level. And I'm watching Final Fantasy Peasant go through with his mate, doing a Final Fantasy 10 playthrough, like his mate's experiencing it for the first time, and and then hearing them talk about it and all the themes and messages behind it. It's just like it's an absolute masterclass in how you write characters, dialogue, story, villains, themes, just everything. My god, it's just absolute pinnacle story writing. Final Fantasy 14, unforgettable. Will never forget it to my days. Sometimes, when I've when I take a break from that, I'll be listening to the soundtracks on Spotify. That reminds me of something else as well. But yeah, I'll be listening to the soundtracks on Spotify, and I'm like, God damn it, I need to start playing this game again. These sounds so good. They're so good. Which reminds me, last night I was listening to an hour mix. So there's a music producer called Alex McCullough, who I've been listening to or watching quite a lot. And him and this other guy, Husky by the Geek, they did a, I think it was before Endwalker came out, so before the latest expansion of 14 came out. They did a what would the boss theme sound like, and it was incredible. It was utterly it had elements to the actual one, so some of the elements they got the same. It was incredible. It was so good. And I was just listening to the hour repeat of it last night. I'm just like, god damn. And then it got me so hyped. I'm like, I just want to play this game right now. I want to go through and relive playing through Endwalker again, or even just playing that game full stop, because it's just fantastic. So that's an idea. That's another one. What else we got? Ghost of Tsushima, God tier, God of War 2018, also God tier. What else we got? See, as much as Kingdoms of Amalur, as much as I've played that game, see, that's an example of something that would be on the next tier down from God tier, because it's not one of those games that keeps me up at night thinking about it, sort of thing. Whereas all these others are. What else? maybe? Again, Okami, yes. Okami is just fantastic. The Pokemon Sapphire is, of course, the best and greatest. What's that got here? Sonic Riders, those were actually... Sonic Riders Zero Gravity is actually a fantastic game. It's on the PS2, but that was actually such a good racing game. So we got Spyro... No. Who's this? Is it Legend of Spyro? I'm missing games on here. Oh. I just realised I'm actually missing games on this list. So I've got a giant list of every game that I've ever played, games I'm currently playing, games on my backlog, and it's like my track. So I've got like 309 games on here. And that's right, because then when I filled it out, I was trying to remember games that I have played, and I finished and everything so I can add them to the list. And I've just realised I feel that I'm missing a whole bunch of Spyro games. Spyro the Dragon, Spyro Heroes, Spyro the and Spyro 2, and that's it. And then I'm thinking, did I... Because it was the Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning. So these are like the faux reboot that they tried to do on the PS2, which failed miserably, but actually fine. They're alright games. I just realised I haven't got it. I haven't got them on here. My goodness. Again, there were 3. I finished the first one, which was Spyro: New Beginning. There was a second one called The Eternal Night, and then there was a third one, Dawn of the Dragon. And I finished the first and third ones. I think I played maybe like an hour of Eternal Night, and I never finished it. And that was probably because it was back at the time when we were renting out video games from the video store. So I never actually finished it. Oh, never mind, I've got it here under the T's, The Legend of Spyro. Never mind, don't worry, all is well. Okay, but anyway, let's carry on down the list. Super Mario Odyssey, again, an absolutely fantastic game. Extremely emotional. At the end, when when I say at the end, I mean when you get to, is it called the darker side? So when you get like 800 or 500 moons, I think it's 500 moons in the game, you unlock a thing called the darker side, which is like a huge gauntlet of all the mechanics in the game, and you've got to do. And then right at the end, you come out of this cave, and then there's a that's right. And then as you go through, it's like you have to go along a little rail and like spells out thank you or something, It's just like, oh, that's beautiful. And then at the end there's like a giant, it's almost like the Empire State Building. You have to jump you've got to put your cap over a frog, and then you jump up. You slowly climb this tower, and then as you go through, Cappy's say, it's been a long journey, and we've come through so much. And I'm just like, oh my god, it's so emotional. It's just like those games that that you, to be able to get to the true end or something, or to unlock the final level, there's just a lot, you have to go through a lot, and you've got to do go every inch of every level, and you just to get there is just it's a grind. And then when you get to that point, and then the game throws you those little things that just say, oh, it's been great, going through all this stuff with you, thank you so much for the adventure and stuff. And just, oh my god, the time that you've invested in that game, they thank you. It's almost like the game developers saying, thank you for playing our game and investing so much time into it. It truly means the world to us. It's like that, and no game I think has done it better than Final Fantasy XIV. And when they do the I feel like it's semi-annually. Well, they do these events called the Rising, which is like a seasonal event that they do. And at the end of every Rising event is you talk to this like wandering minstrel, and then you get teleported into this like the big crystal place, not the crystal place, and then the director of the game, Naoki Yoshida, like his character appears with his name, and he basically just talks to you. Like, he's no longer talking to the character. He's really talking. He's talking to the character, but he's really talking to you. And he's, he just says his little message that he wants to give you, and it's just like it always hits so hard. Like, and it's one of those games that the more you invest into it, the more you're getting out on the other side. And I'm even tearing up thinking about it. Like, I think the latest one was. Oh, actually, no, I don't even want to think about it because I'm probably going to start tearing up again. It was just like, I just know that the one that they said on the last one was it hit quite hard. I might have shed many a tear, maybe. Probably not like full on sobbing, but like, yeah. But yeah, I just like, and I will cry at anything as well, so it's probably that element to it as well. It's probably just like yeah, it was a bit emotional, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't crying worthy, but yeah. For me, I'm more likely to cry than not at those sorts of things. But yeah, but just games where you just tell that the game developers have just put their heart and soul into it, and they are just like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just, yeah, games like that are just great. They're just fantastic. I love them. Anyway, Super Mario Odyssey, as much as I had all of that, it's not got to you. What else have we got? Breath of the Wild and Ocarina of Time. Yes. Fantastic. Got tier worthy. Is it this one? Yes. Right, what else we got? Witcher 3. Oh, Thumper. And then he's 8. So we do Tachi, Katsuki versus Konohamaru, and then I've got 2 more fights, and then I think that'll be it for today. Oh yeah, sun's coming out. Yes, I'll be able to dry some washing. Fabulous. The things that excite you as an adult. Being able to do your washing. Madara and Madara Reanción. あ、ベンザもそうです。So I figured out something about the discs. They happen at 12:04, 4:04, 8:04, 12:04, 4:04, 8:04. They happen at those exact times. So, but this week I'm going to see if I can try and get them fixed. Because I don't want any disconnects to be happening unless something like major's going on. So hopefully by the next set of streams, not tomorrow but the next set after that, hopefully I've got all the disconnects fixed. And I'm also going to be trying to stream tomorrow at a time I'm not going to be getting those disconnects. And then hehe. Okay, is that the last one? Right, that is the last one. Fabulous. So we've managed to get down to 8,000, should I say? 8,700. All right. Okay, I think I might leave it here for today. Ooh. So the next... Oh, excuse me. So the next Naruto day will not be next. So the next Naruto... So tomorrow I'm going to be streaming Outer Wilds again, probably sometime early in the afternoon. Same on Tuesday. Possibly. And then... So Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week I won't be streaming. So then it will be the following Thursday. So whenever that is. Like the, what's today? The 2nd of October today? It's like the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, it's like 13th or 14th of October. Be my next stream of Naruto. This. But anyway, I hope you've had a fabulous day. I'm loving my bouncy here. Yeah, hope you have a fabulous morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you may be. And I will catch you all if you want to join for Outer Wilds streams tomorrow and Tuesday. Come along. I feel like I might almost be able to finish it by the end of the week. Well, by the end of the 2 days. By the end of Tuesday, definitely. And if not, then I will catch you then when I catch you then. But of course, if even on those times that I'm not streaming, if you still want to interact, say hi, have bants, have laughs, then obviously I'm on Twitter, or join Discord. We'll always be active on that anyway. And yeah, but anyway, I will catch you all in the next one. I hope you have a good one, and bye.